Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm super excited to be filming this video. I made a pretty big purchase from Sephora of the new Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. I have it all in front of me and I'm very excited. Let's just get started. I already have brows, a little bit of eyeshadow, and some lashes on. I've washed and moisturized my face. I have not primed because I have the new Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Pro Filter. It's a very beautiful bottle. It feels very weighted, like it's got, you could knock somebody out if you threw this at them. This is not a first impression. I've already opened everything. I've swatched everything, but I have not put anything on my face yet. This has a very strong smell. I can't quite put my finger on what the smell is. I'm just not sure. That it's definitely scented though. I just put a tad on my fingers and I'm going to rub that onto my face. I really like pore filling primers. From my understanding, this is not a pore filling primer. This is just gonna be like a mattifying primer, and for being a mattifying primer, this feels very moisturizing. I've had a mattifying primer before. I believe it was Makeup Forever, and it was so mattifying, like so drying, that I did not finish it. I did not like it. I did not use it, but this feels really good. It feels a little sticky now after being rubbed in. I'm going to take a closer look into my mirror right now to see if it did anything for my pores. I don't believe that this did anything for my pores. It doesn't say that it was going to do anything for my pores, but I would not use this on its own. I would definitely use this with my Pores No More by Dr. Brandt primer, but that's personal preference. I just have larger pores, so I like to fill those in anytime that I'm doing my makeup. But overall, this feels really good. It's dried down. It doesn't feel drying like the other one did, but it also doesn't, I mean, it just feels smooth. It just feels smooth. It feels really nice. I'm enjoying it so far, other than it's not filling my pores, but that's okay. We'll leave it like this and go from there. If I was to use this again, I would definitely use this with a with my other primer though, for sure. Next, I have the foundation, which says to shake well. I got mine in number 170. I did swatch this already. I believe that this is not the right shade for me. I am going to be exchanging this for a different shade, but this is 170 and I think I'm going to be going for 150. If you like to see another video when I'm using that one, I can definitely do that for you, but for today, just because I have it here, I will be using this one. When I swatched it, it was very runny. Not what I expected for something that's claiming to be a soft matte. Anything that's matte, I right away think of thick, like you put it on and it's not going anywhere, but this was super runny. I also got the sponge, which is, I wet it already, and to me, after wetting it, it feels more foamy than it does spongy, if that makes sense. It feels nice. I think I can work with it. So I'm going to do one side with my sponge and then the other side with a brush, my Morphe Y6 brush. So let's just get into this part. I'm going to take just a tad, dot it. As you can see, it's totally running down my fingers. That was not one full pump. That was like a half a pump. That blended out pretty easy. I have watched a couple videos on these products already, and they did say that you needed to work pretty quickly with them. I didn't feel like I had to work too fast with this. Is how I usually do my makeup. I just dot it on and then blend it out, so I didn't feel like I had to hurry up and get it done because it wasn't gonna move anymore. It felt fine to me. I really like it. The little bit that I put on, I wouldn't say is full coverage. I would say probably medium coverage, but I'm okay with that. I know some other people really want full coverage in what they're wearing, so I may try to do another layer to see if I can get full coverage, but I'm going to do the other side with the brush before I do that. Like I said, I'm using my Y6 from Morphe. It's just a flat kabuki brush. I think that looks really nice. I'm going to get a little bit of a closer look and see how that blended out with a brush. It doesn't look bad with the brush. The only thing that, like, if I'm being super critical, is that it clinged a little bit to certain spots, which it did not do on the sponge side. So if you have drier skin, I can imagine it clinging to dry spots if you're not using something with some moisture like a sponge. But that would just be kind of a trial and error kind of thing to see what works best for you. Personally, I think I like the sponge better. I hardly ever do my brows before my foundation, so I'm trying to work around those. And I like want to put it on my eyelids, but I don't need to. Alright, so this is what it looks like with one full layer on. I like it. I think it looks nice. I do think that it might be attaching to a couple spots, but that's not a big deal. I just kind of go over them a little bit. I'm going to try to do a little bit more on my cheeks areas because I feel like I have a little bit more there that I'd like to cover. So I'm going to go back and do that just with a little bit of the foundation and using my sponge. What are you doing? What's my Coda doing? Boxaboon. Alright, so this is with 2 layers on. Not technically 2 layers, it's like 1 layer and then like a couple spots. But this is the most that I would put on my face. I really like it. Like I said, I think it's done a really good job. I do want to exchange this one for a different color. Overall, I think it's okay and I could get away with wearing this shade, not a big deal. Next, I purchased the cream contour set, the one that came in a trio. It's super cute. It's all magnetic, and let me show you what it looks like. I really like the idea of them being magnetized. I think that's super cute idea. The brush that I also got, magnets with them as well, so they're all in one place. I really like that feature. But anyways, I got the trio of the light. I got the light trio, which comes with 3 shades. It comes with linen, which is your highlighting shade, amber, which is your contour shade, and then a highlighting shimmer stick. And I like the idea of this, having it all in one space for somebody so that you don't have to pick and choose through all the other colors. So I like the idea of the trio. I'm going to start with my highlighting shade, which is linen. And when it comes to highlighting and contouring, highlighting is what you want to do to bring forward. So anything that you want to bring forward is what you will be highlighting with. So usually that's underneath the eyes. the bridge of your nose, a little on your forehead, and then your chin. And then you can blend that out with, that's funny, it magnetized all together. You can blend it out with a beauty blender, you can blend it out with a brush. I bought the little brush that it came with. Well, it didn't come with it, you had to buy it separately, but I bought the little brush because I thought it was so cute. It's very, very soft, densely packed, and I just think it's really cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started blending this out. That is blending out really, really easy. It's looking really, really like light on camera. It's not that bad in person, but from my viewfinder, I'm looking almost ghostly. I'm not exactly sure what's causing that. Obviously the lighting, but it does not look like that in person. It is making a sound for some reason. Like something maybe loose in there, but it's really nice. I definitely like this. If you have a lot of brushes, this is definitely not needed, but I liked the idea of the brush being with all of it, and then the shape of it seemed really nice, so I really liked the idea of that. I'm gonna look a little bit closer to see how this did. From what I'm looking at, it doesn't look like it did a really good job underneath my eyes as far as coverage. I think it definitely did brighten up my under eyes, but I don't think it covered much, but let me look. Alright, so after looking close up, it looks a tad dry underneath the under eyes. Not even so much like under here, mostly like right here it's looking a little bit dry. I don't usually have that problem with other things, but it may just be, I mean, I'm thinking it's probably the primer that I'm having problems with, because it's saying it's a matte primer, so that may be my problem. I'm definitely going to try these, like the foundation with something different, a different primer. I'm going to try the contour sticks with other foundations to see how they mix well, and I will definitely get back to you, but for right now, what I've put on my face so far, it's looking a little bit dry in those areas, but I'd still be okay with wearing it out like this. I'm not too picky, but I'm not too picky because no one should be that close to my face anyways, but I would be okay with wearing this out. So next I'm going to try the contour shade. And so for contouring, what you want to do is put these in places that you want to move away from the light. So I like to put it right in my cheekbones. I also like to slim my nose a tad. A little bit on my forehead, and I mostly only do my forehead to even out the color, not necessarily because I think my forehead is big or anything. I could do my jawbone, but I'm not into that either. So I'm going to try again using the brush to blend this out. These little hairs don't help the situation. I think that looks really, really nice, and they're blending out just as easy as the highlight color as well. I think that did a really good job. I really like this. I'm going to go over it with my sponge just to make sure that there's no patches or anything. yeah, I really like this. I really enjoy those sticks. Finally, in the trio of sticks is the shimmery highlight one, and I think this is beautiful. Like I said, I swatched everything. I couldn't help myself. When a package comes and it says Sephora, you really can't help yourself. So I did swatch this, and this is beautiful. For the most part, when you have cream products, you want to put that under your powder. So I haven't powdered anything yet, so I'm going to be going in with this one first. I think you guys can see that. This is really pretty. And like I said, and I can't remember if it was my last video or the one before that, when it comes to shimmery highlights, I only put it on the tops of my cheekbones only because I do get oily sometimes, and I don't like to add any more to that than it needs to be. So I'll just blend that out with my sponge. I really, really like that. I think that looks beautiful. I've done all my cream products. There's no other cream products that I have. So now what I'm going to do is set my face. I do have to powder my face with everything that I'm using. Any sort of cream products do need to be set with a powder for me personally. So I will just be using my Rimmel Stay Matte powder and just powder my face. Okay, so I've just finished powdering my face. The next thing that I got is the powder highlighter. What I really like about this packaging is it looks white, but if you look closely in the light, it has what looks like iridescent purpley blue color on it, and it's beautiful. So let me see if I can get you a close-up of that. I'm not exactly sure whether you can see what I'm talking about, but it is beautiful. So when you open it up, it has a good sized mirror in there, and then it comes with two highlights. One is crazy beautiful bling highlight, and then the other one is a little bit more subtle. I think the subtle one is more like day to day, and then the more blingy one is like weekends, not day-to-day personally, but I'm gonna try them both on for you, one on one side, one on the other. So if you can remember, I do have the cream highlight on, but I'm just gonna put it over top. For highlight, I'm going to be using my Luxie 522 brush. I also got this in one of my BoxyCharms, and I really like this brush for highlighting. So for this side, I'm going to be using, I don't know if I even told you which compact I got. I got the Lightning Dust / Fire Crystal. So the Lightning Dust is the one that's not as crazy. So I'm going to put that one on this side. I really like that. I definitely will wear that one. So on this side, I'm going to be using Fire Crystal. Yeah, definitely adds a pop. I really, really like this. I just looked close up, and this one definitely is bam in your face highlight, where this one is definitely more subtle. Both of them are really nice. I would wear them both. I really like this one. This is the only one I got. I may dabble into some other ones, but for now this is the one I have, and I really like this one for my skin tone. I think it works really, really good. And then the last thing I got is the lip gloss, which is beautiful. And it's got that same type of shape as everything else. So let me put this on. I think I've decided what this smells like. I'm pretty sure this smells like medicine. Yeah, I think it's medicine. Let me put some on. Okay, so this is with the lip gloss. I really like it. I think it's really nice. It's definitely not sticky. It almost feels like a thicker chapstick almost. definitely not sticky at all. You can definitely feel it, but it's not bad. And I don't wear lip products, so this is, if it works for me, I'm sure it'll work for you. Alright, this is the finished look. The only things that I'm missing right now is bronzer and blush. This new collection has everything, almost everything that you'll need to make a full face of makeup, and I've enjoyed all of this. If you're gonna pick up anything, if there's only one thing you can pick up, I would highly suggest the highlighter. I really like this, and the fact that it's giving you two, one more subtle and then one like bam in your face. I think that's really good because you have options. I really enjoyed that. Everything else worked really well as well. I'm definitely going to keep playing around with these items and maybe do a follow-up video where I will go over what worked and maybe what didn't work, or how I made things work for me. If you'd like to see that video, please let me know because I would love to film that for you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I really appreciate you sitting down and watching this video. If you have any questions or would like me to review anything, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to do that for you. I hope that you have a good night, a good day, or a good morning wherever you're at. Bye.